Hello everybody and welcome to the very first episode of Soda Popture. This is a show where we talk about Hollywood news and we have sodas that we reviews, and this is a live stream, so hopefully you're watching this. I think there's about a 15-second delay, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. If there are any technical difficulties, which there's bound to be, you're along for the ride with us. Please stay with us. It's pretty grassroots. We're going for a public access television kind of feel, but that's more out of necessity than aesthetic. But so today my name is AJ and I am joined today by my co-host Richard and our guest star David Correos.
Hello
everybody, and we are going to talk about entertainment news. It's like Entertainment Tonight. You ever watched that show?
Yeah, I watched it at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon when my mum was cleaning. Riveting stuff, AJ. So if I feel like we're already doing better than...
High standards.
Yeah. So it has been a big week for entertainment news. There have been both tragedies. The star of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original Swedish version, and the bad guy in John Wick, Michael Nyqvist, tragically passed away at 56. But there's also been victories with New Zealand's own Julian Dennison from Hunt from the Wilder People being cast in Deadpool 2. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool for him. Yeah?
Yep.
Ricky Baker.
Yep. And there have also been things that have happened that are somewhere in between the middle of like victories and tragedies, that kind of section where no one cares about. Like, for example, Avatar 2 is going to be in 3D but without glasses. So
How are they going to do it?
time will tell. But before...
I was just going to say in the next 30 years when it eventually gets released.
That's very true. Before we get to our first main story tonight, we're going to try some drinks. And our first drink is...
We've got a lovely artisanal peanut butter and jelly soda. So this comes from Leicester's Fixins, which is made in the USA, and it's pure cane sugar, according to this. So I don't know how they got the peanut butter jelly flavour in it.
I've never had peanut butter and jelly soda before, have you guys?
Does that mean that the diabetes is going to kick in faster?
Yeah.
After drinking this?
So have you guys had peanut butter and jelly before?
I've had it a couple times. How's it smell?
Let's all get a waft.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it smells like tropical... it
smells really nice.
soda.
It doesn't smell too bad. I'll be interested to see this. But we've been collecting these for a while now, and it's weird to think that we're finally going to be...
It's fizzier than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's true.
I got to say that.
I've definitely passed a lot of American stores and seen this drink, and I've always wanted to drink one. That's the only reason I'm on the show, guys, is just because of the drinks.
Okay.
A little bit left from there.
All right.
We'll get
Before we have a drink, I'm just going to pour some out for my buddy Michael Nyqvist. I'll pour a bit more of mine in there, so...
Oh, Dave got quite a lot.
Bit of respect.
I'll keep what I've got, guys.
Okay.
Alright, cheers to the first drink on Soda Popture. We've been talking about this for like a year.
Oh.
They get it. There's peanut butter in that.
I can't taste the peanut butter.
Can't you?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely getting... Oh, man. Immediate thoughts.
It kind of tastes like a dried Fanta that's kind of like been left on a couch for a while, and you take your first lick. It's got that real strong kind of like leathery kind of taste. I think it's more savory. That's what the peanut butter's doing. I don't know, the savory and sweet.
Savoury at all.
You
I
can't?
can't taste the peanut butter in the slightest.
It's... Oh, man. I don't think nut merges well with like a soda-y kind of texture, because it's all about texture, right? Like, I can kind of take like a Reese's Pieces milkshake, because then it's like, oh yeah, this is like a nice blend of flavors. But
No, it tastes like really old peanut butter, like peanut butter that's been like had the lid off for quite a while, and you've gone, okay, I'm gonna have first hit of this.
that could be because the actual drink itself is...
How old is the drink, AJ?
It's not. It's how long?
It's got an expiry date on it.
That's a good... We should have checked that. Health and safety regulations.
I know
Osh
my arm was
will
up
not
like
be
this the
happy.
whole time. Oh, keep it
down. 170 calories per bottle.
Wow. I don't know what that means. I've never understood what calories meant. All I know is that if I have too many bowls of this today...
It's a sad reality, but I share it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what a calorie is.
I think that's what makes me still a child. Is that kilojoules and calories. And oh, I don't know what this means.
All right, shall we move on to our first story of the night?
Before we do that, did you know that it takes, if you a poisonous dose of sugar is equal to 2 kilos? 2 kilos of sugar you have to eat before it becomes lethal.
Huh. Interesting. Can I just quickly read out the ingredients on here?
Yeah.
They're very you'd think this would. So it's spring water, cane sugar, citric acid, caramel colour, natural flavour, and beet juice. The juice of a beet.
All right.
Well, this wasn't that exciting for me, so I'm going to pull the rest of it out.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly disappointed.
Can I get some of that soda water that you got? I want to fill mine up. I think this with a little bit watered down might be a trick.
Yeah, we were worried that it might be too
flat.
Yeah, too flat. So we had some soda water on hand to fizz it up.
Well, while you do that, Dave, and you can let us know how it tastes in just a second, we're going to talk about the first story of the night, and that is the Han Solo movie has got a new director. After 5.5 months of shooting, directors Chris Lord and Phil Miller were fired last week from the untitled Han Solo Star Wars spin-off. Lord and Miller, whose directing credits include 21 and 22 Jump Street and the Lego Movie, were let go after creative differences with Lucasfilm heads Kathleen Kennedy and Lawrence Kasdan. Lord and Miller were replaced 2 days later by veteran director Ron Howard, whose credits include Cocoon, Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and the Da Vinci Code trilogy.
Mixed bag.
Yeah. Could there be a more unreliable director for Star Wars than Ron Howard? There probably could be.
Yeah.
It's not the worst decision. Colin Trevorrow is, of course, directing Star Wars 9.
Director of
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, that time one.
Yeah.
What's it? Oh, Safety Not Guaranteed.
Safety Not Guaranteed.
The Book of Henry.
Yeah.
Which was panned. So.
So Star Wars Episode 9 is... Oh, but Episode 8's the new one.
Yeah.
That's Rian Johnson.
Right.
So the Han Solo movie, basically the only thing I thought it had going for it was
Lord
and Miller, because...
What about Donald Glover?
Yeah, sure. But Lord and Miller were the first signed on, and when you hear that they're going to make an origin story for Han Solo, that, you know what another name for a Star Wars origin story is?
Prequel.
A Star Wars prequel. They didn't turn out very well. So I was a little bit anxious. I was like, I don't really want a Han Solo one. Part of the allure of his character is that he's, mysterious and a rogue and, a bad boy. And knowing that Lord and Miller were on board, I was like, cool, because those guys have made a career out of making great movies out of terrible ideas.
Yeah. Like, every movie they've done up until now sounds like a terrible idea. You've got, as you said, the Lego Movie, which everyone's like, just a corporate product, rebooting 21 Jump Street and then doing a sequel to the reboot, and of course Play with a Chance of Meatballs, which the title alone is ridiculous.
But I heard the main reason they didn't like those guys to take over the movie was because they were just doing too much improv, and I don't know if Star Wars, if people would be happy for improv to be.
That's
because you're looking at Lego and all the other movies that you're talking about. Sweet, we don't know what that style is. There's no style. There's no style like there is with Star Wars. With Star Wars, if it goes off style, then it's people might get pretty angry because they're heaps of purists.
That is a big...
And Ron Howard, all the movies that he's done, they're pretty to the book kind of movies. I think it's more he's the director role, while the other two, who are the other two people?
Lord and Miller.
No, the
Lawrence Kasdan and Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, they've been around for way longer, so I think they just wanted more power.
There is a house style that Kennedy and Kasdan are going for, and also the latest reports from this whole story also indicate that Alden Ehrenreich's performance as young Han Solo is somewhat disappointing, and acting coaches have reportedly been hired to ensure Ehrenreich's portrayal of the classic character is taken a bit more seriously.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The words Ace Ventura have been thrown around in regards to his performance.
Yeah, I've heard that he turned the character into Ace Ventura.
Well, I don't know if he turned it into it. This is the catch-22 is on the one hand, I'm like, I wanted Lord and Miller to direct this movie, but if they are turning Han Solo into Ace Ventura, then maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not particularly happy with Ron Howard taking over. I would have preferred someone like Shane Black, who directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and The Nice Guys, to
but was he ever considered for the replacement director?
No, he's busy with Predator reboot.
Right. So who was up for it? Who were the other people?
Ron Howard's name came up pretty quick.
It was pretty quick. I think people talked about Kasdan himself taking over as
But
well.
then that'll be against Directors Guild rules, from what I understand, is that like if someone leaves midway through a production, someone who's already worked on the film can't then take over.
Right.
If you are watching at home, have any opinions on who should be directing Han Solo, leave us a comment and we might even read it out on air. Richard will select his favourites. Have we got any? What have we got so far?
We've got Josh Monson said, reply to my message, JoJo.
Hey Josh, how's it going?
And also Michael Griffin texted me and said he liked my hat.
Oh, cool. That's weird that he wouldn't just comment it, but that's fine. Okay, before we move on to our next story, do you ever got another wee sody pop?
Yeah, the wee sody pop. Couple sody pops. Let's go with a non-sody pop, actually.
Okay,
Let's just, on the second one, just throw the whole concept out the window. This is Blk.
That's a mineral water.
Premium alkaline water.
Alkaline water. Is there a difference between mineral water and alkaline water?
Well, I think the whole thing of this is that it's alkaline, pH 8. So it's slightly soapy.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You ready for some water?
Yeah.
A nice glass of water to wash down
Nice,
that?
refreshing water, yeah.
It's a thick bottle.
No discernible smell. Can I get the cups back?
Okay.
I'm sure that was very nice to listen to. I'm going to pour slightly less. It's got a Coca-Cola-esque sort of look to it. I was way too conservative with that first pour.
It smells like peanut butter and jelly.
Maybe we need to get on the next episode get some handy towels to wash out the previous drink. But before we drink, I'm going to pour some out for my buddy Robbie Rotten, who has unfortunately reached terminal.
Yeah, stage 4.
Stage 4 terminal cancer.
Well,
yeah,
the actor who played him.
Yeah, but Stefan
Stephenson.
Yeah.
Stefan Carl.
So we hope you get better, because you are number one.
But like, for the record, he's probably not going to get better, and he's been given days to live. So.
You are right.
To Robbie,
Robbie Rotten, you are number one.
Cheese. I just said cheese instead of cheers. Oh, it's just water.
Yeah, it's like a disappointing cola.
Imagine giving this to someone and thinking it's the, yeah.
Oh, man.
How long if you didn't know this was water, how long would you drink it for before asking the person who served you it? What is this?
This doesn't taste like... This tastes like tap water.
Yeah, it tastes like bad tap water. It tastes like Auckland water.
Yeah.
This tastes like the water if you have ever gone to the $2 shop and bought a one of those little balls with the spikes on them and you open them up and you drink some of that. This is what this tastes like.
I've never done that, but I'm glad you did so that you could bring that
yeah, because it's got that
analogy
rubbery
to the table.
taste that like it holds in. Yeah, it's not good.
We've gotten a comment from Michael. Is it just black water? Yep.
It's just black
It's just
water.
black water.
Well, it's naturally black, right?
Yeah, it says naturally black trace minerals. Fulvic trace minerals. It sounds vaginal.
Yeah.
Once you go blick, you never go bick.
Have you been
Right.
living under a rock? Because we have. For millions of years, in fact.
All right.
Is this millions of years old water?
Yeah, that's why it's so...
What? This just became way cooler. I'm drinking million-year-old water?
Now it's like an honor. Well, you just drank a year-old peanut butter and jelly.
This next thing I can't wait. This was made before the universe.
Do you want to just finish off your little bit there?
Oh, sorry.
Chuck us that.
Is this... Where does it say that? Trace... Oh, nice.
Well, you have the rest of that, David. We're going to talk about our second big story of the night, and that is Spider-Man spin-off set in the MCU. So, we'll find out. Probably not. Not for a while, but here's the rundown on what's happened. Sony producer Amy Pascal has caused confusion over the last week by telling reporters that the upcoming films focusing on Spider-Man characters including Venom, Carnage, Black Cat, and Silver Sable, is that right? would indeed be set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, for those who don't know, up until 2015, despite being a Marvel Comics property, the film rights to Spider-Man and his associated characters and storylines were owned solely by Sony Pictures and not Marvel/Disney. This is why we got Andrew Garfield movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, while Marvel was releasing movies like The Avengers or Iron Man 3 or Guardians of the Galaxy. A deal was eventually reached that would allow Marvel to use Spider-Man in the main Marvel series, which is why he was in Captain America Civil War and why he's in the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming, being played by Tom Holland. Now, Marvel head Kevin Feige has insisted that the recently announced Tom Hardy Venom film, as well as Silver and Black, which is the Silver Sable and Black Cat films, both of them are Sony products or productions, will not have any connection to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Amy Pascal has gone back and forth saying there is no link, as well as saying there is a vague, tenuous one, but at this current time, her current statement is that the Sony films are completely separate. What do you want? Do you want the Venom film to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
If that means that Kevin Feige is overseeing it, then yes. But if it's Sony and what they've done beforehand, and also because you can't have Venom without Spider-Man, like, and not in the way of like you can't have the Joker without Batman. They go hand in hand. It's like it's literally Venom's existence is only because of Spider-Man,
as is Carnage's.
Yeah,
Carnage's. What do you think, Dave?
I thought Venom was from another planet. He was
yeah. So the symbiote is the black suit. That's from another planet, but it takes so it joins onto Spider-Man. He gets the black suit kind of thing, and then that becomes he also then joins onto a guy called Eddie Brock, and then so he gets like a Spider-Man-esque suit sort of thing, and so Venom's one of those characters that like, and you can do a Venom spin-off because he's like an anti-hero because he's like he's not a bad guy necessarily, he just hates Spider-Man.
What if they just got Venom to the symbiote to hit up a real spider, and then we just had a spider,
So he's
Venom
8
spider.
legs and stuff.
Yeah. And
Could you lean in just a touch
Okay.
there, Dave?
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you for technical
No, I'm
reasons.
just trying to think. Like, there could be a way to do it. I think if we could like just attach Venom to like a zebra or something.
Okay, so
Like a
you
zebra.
like, I guess that would be the way to do it, would be to make a symbiote movie, right? So that it's like the idea of Venom, we just don't see Venom in the form he looks like in Spider-Man because he's connected to another character.
Or we do the path less travelled for superhero movies and just jump in with a preformed Venom.
True.
Like, who knows if it's in the MCU because he defeated Spider-Man 10 years ago, or like they've already fought, but now Carnage comes along. He's a bigger foe. He poses a threat to Venom, and he doesn't want to team up with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's off doing his own Avengers thing, or is he? Is he not?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that because Spider-Man's also a Sony property, they can reference Spider-Man and not have the Tom Holland character. So yeah, I reckon that would be the way to do it.
I agree. Since drinking the black water, it's kind of stayed in my mouth and it's quite tingly. You guys getting that?
It's called a heart attack. Actually. That was from the peanut butter and jelly.
If you have thoughts on the Spider-Man spin-off MCU or not movies, let us know. Do you want to see Venom in the MCU? Do you want to see Black Cat or Silver Sable? Who's Silver Sable? Do you know?
I don't know enough about him.
No? Do you know, Dave?
No.
Actually, I don't even know if it's a him or her. Let's...
We can't assume in 2017.
We cannot assume.
oh, Jesus.
What's the matter?
Oh, it just kept on like Silver Sable's a chick.
Okay.
And so yeah.
Okay, so like a feminine villain, female villain.
Yeah, like Gotham City Sirens kind of thing.
Okay.
It's Josh Monson writes in. He says he wants to see a Spider-Verse movie so that they can bring back Tobey Maguire.
Nice.
Because you guys know about the Spider-Verse? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. So there was like this big crossover event. So they had all the different kind of Spider-Men, and like so there's 2099 Noir, and then if you did that in the real world,
Spider-Pig?
Spider-Pig was it?
Peter Porker.
Peter Porker. Spider-Pig, and yeah.
Cool.
I once wrote a comic book about a spider rabbit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Was it?
I got very low marks for it because I didn't draw backgrounds, and the teacher was like, "You need to draw backgrounds." So in the first panel, I added a thing where he's like, "Wow, I haven't been able to find whatever since I got transported to this white void." I thought it was clever.
No, it's clever. It's a clever way to not do the work.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what the Venom movie will look like. Cool. Before we move on to our last main story of the night, we've got another drink.
Yes, we do. And this one has a bit of a story behind it. This one is called EGB.
It is a Sri Lankan ginger beer.
Yeah. So, I think this is a pop top. So, just the whole table would collapse. AJ and I a wee while ago, for, prepping Soda Popture, went to a Sri Lankan dairy that's quite close to our house, and we bought this. This would be like 4 months ago or something now. Probably 3 months ago. And we were looking at things, and we grabbed this, saying it's the local drink of Sri Lanka, and the guy said to us, "Oh, have you guys had this before?" And we were like, "No," and he's like, "You'll be back."
So we're all very
Now, I
excited.
just realized I probably should have inverted this before, so I'm going to like,
Okay.
just because that's what you normally do with ginger beer. So I'm just doing that on screen.
It traces of Richard's hand.
You can taste the flesh.
All right. I just realised I got a sneaky wee taste of it before you guys.
Thoughts? Immediate thoughts?
It's good.
It's good.
No, I could barely taste it. Maybe that's an indictment on the, the subtle flavours of the EGB, but we'll find out.
Before we drink, guys,
Where can we get all of these drinks from, by the way?
you can get the peanut butter and jelly soda off usafoods.co.nz. You can get Blk from Trade Me. That's where I got it from.
How much was it?
I can't remember. Probably $100.
Oh, nice.
And this, I don't know the name of the store. It's a Sri Lankan dairy on Dominion Road.
Yeah.
But before we
It's
drink,
near Hal Pizza. It's the roast shop that's opposite Hal Pizza.
yeah.
Oh, I know the one.
Near there, yeah.
before we drink it though, I'm gonna pour some out for my boy. I can't remember his name, but he wrote Paddington. The author of the original Paddington beer died, I think, today.
Yeah, at the age of 94.
So that's sad.
Good age. How old do you guys want to be when you die?
30.
I don't want to die.
No, fair enough.
All right. EGB, is that what it's called?
Yep. All right, here we go.
That's a ginger beer.
That's really interesting.
That's very gingery.
It
I
gets
wouldn't,
you.
I wouldn't tell strangers that they'll be back for it.
I'm gonna be back for it. I'm gonna have some
Like,
more
But
I
was it
can't,
ever, but was
this
it
is
ever
this is too small of a sample to tell if I love or hate it. I think.
Over the last 3 weeks, you've told me several times that this guy has been like, "You'll be back," and do you think that the level was just set a little bit too high?
Yeah.
To
I'm
We
gonna-
say
I'm
this for
gonna-
the big finale, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna like bust back in there and say, "Well, I'm back, but it's not for your bloody ginger beer, is it?"
No, I'll have 2 pieces of jerky, and steak and cheese pie, and
Steak and cheese pie at Sri Lankan dairy.
yeah.
It's not really a dairy. It's like
isn't it?
it's like an artisanal store.
Oh right.
They don't sell steak and cheese pies there. Is what I'm getting
Benjamin Westerning writes, "Is that AJ's room? Why am I watching you drink soda?"
at. Good question. The answer to both is no. Okay. Moving on to our last
this is your
story tonight. This is my studio, not my room.
Live in AJ's studio,
You want to put that down?
3 guys drinking soda. It's Soda Popture.
We should have done that at the start.
Okay.
So our last story for the night is alt-universe Russian Spider-Man Superman movie. Screwed that up.
You did.
Right, cut the live stream. That's it.
Superman in Russian. I don't.
Yeah.
In Soviet Russia, man,
Superman.
super's you.
A live-action adaptation.
I would watch a movie where a man is suplexing people. Just walking down the street. Just anything and everything.
Okay, a live-action adaptation of Superman Red Sun is rumoured to be in development over at Warner Brothers. The iconic Superman comic series has had readers visit an alternate universe where Kal-El, aka Clark Kent, aka Superman, originally crashed in Ukraine instead of Kansas and became a Soviet Union superhero instead of an American one. This news came out of a Twitter exchange between Red Sun author Mark Miller and Kong Skull Island director John Voight Roberts. Voight Roberts tweeted Miller lamenting his unsuccessful pitch of a Red Son adaptation, to which Miller replied that he was aware of 2 other filmmakers who had been in talks with Warner Bros. To make the film. He has since clarified that he has no idea if Warner Bros. Are actually making the film, and suggested Warner Bros. Are trying to lure in directors to the DC extended universe with their back catalogue of DC films, DC Comics.
That is scandalous.
We get the prime cuts of entertainment news here on Soda Popture.
It's so prime. I feel like I'm in a luxury butcher, just full of gold sheeted beef. That's what
Gold sheeted beef. Can you buy that?
No, I'm just thinking you get like the
you're making it.
The 24 carat pieces of sheet and you just put on a steak after you cooked it.
Do you think that would improve or
it would improve the visuals, but it would neither harm nor improve the taste.
Wouldn't the metallic taste be like?
Well, the gold leaf is supposedly flavorless. I've never been rich enough.
Maybe we'll buy some gold leaf on Soda Popture.
Maybe we should get some
gold leaf soda.
That what is it? The one gold slick vodka from Superbad.
Goldschlag. Goldschlag. I don't know.
Sure, man.
But Red Superman. So he's
Red Son.
Red Son.
SON is a pun.
It's a pun, Dave.
Oh, what's a pun?
A pun is. How would you describe a pun?
It's
wordplay.
Wordplay. It's just wordplay. It's very simple.
So, what I think's interesting about this story is that up until Wonder Woman, the DC EU, which films, if you don't know, like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad, they weren't doing particularly well, neither critically nor I guess audience critically either. You know, no one seemed to like these movies except for that like guy you knew in high school who you still have his Facebook, and he's all like, you know what? Well, I like Suicide Squad.
I know one name in particular, Rowan Strang. If you're out there listening,
that's Mr. Rowan Strang,
friend of
fan of Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Is he a fan of Suicide Squad?
I don't know. Probably.
Rowan, if you're watching, leave a comment and tell us why you're a fan of Suicide Squad. Or if anyone wants to tell us why we're wrong in saying Suicide Squad is bad, go ahead. Probably won't read it. Maybe we will.
You can't argue with the fact that it's poorly reviewed.
That's true.
Soda Popture, not fans of opinions that go against the grain.
Well, I think opinions...
Great, yeah.
The grain is there for a reason. And often the grain is right, so why would my opinion go against it? More times than not, I agree with critics.
I do too.
That makes you a cuck.
I agree with you too, AJ.
So, Superman, Red Son, I think this is interesting. So they've had a bad run of movies, and this is a very interesting idea. And because it's an Elseworld comic, I believe is the term, which is an alternate universe DC storyline where... You know, there's the Flashpoint
and Marvel did What If comics. So it's like What If Wolverine was a detective.
What if Batman was black?
So what would you guys like to see?
Racist.
Would you guys like to see Superman Red Son? Would you like to see a Henry Cavill playing, you know, full on alternate universe, same actors, or like just a kind of somewhat removed new actors?
One of my favorite superhero movies altogether was Flashpoint Paradox, the animated movie, and that was amazing. Yeah, it was a DC movie, and they pretty much flipped every superhero on their head, and it was really, really good. I think we live in a world now where the superhero genre is so huge that we can start to do that. I mean, that's why Logan worked really well, because we already had that base character.
Yeah, people are allowed to take risks.
Yeah, like Batman as well, and I think Superman now, we've just had so many films that have just been like running down the middle that let's shake it up, let's see something.
Yeah, man. We've been what, 8-9 years since the original Iron Man, which kind of kicked off the superhero film craze, and nearly 10 years basically. 10 years is enough time to start having fun with it. And DC, if you're watching, I think it'd be wise because Marvel's not doing it.
Yeah, like Marvel's got their game plan. Say what you will about it, it's working. But hey, yeah, I mean, this is how DC you can stand apart. You've got some great elsewhere comics.
Yeah,
adapt them.
Yeah. Do you guys think that the superhero genre is now like a solidified genre in the same way that westerns were in a certain period?
No, I think it's still a subgenre.
But in that sense, that like the 2010s will be known as the superhero decade of movies.
Well,
I think so.
Yeah, I think you will think of the 2010s as the superhero decade if it doesn't go for longer. We don't know, but I still don't think it's a a genre. I think it's either a subgenre or it's a reverse engineered something you can apply to a genre.
Yeah, like how The Winter Soldier was a political thriller.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making fun of that opinion.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct either.
But because there's just been so many superhero movies now, and there's been so many to the point where it's like we have tropes and you can define what a superhero movie is. Do you think with the collection that we have now, you can finally call it a genre?
I don't think a genre is dependent on how many of it there are, because I would call superhero movies action movies for the most part. I think genre is more basic than superhero.
Right, okay.
But it is a subgenre, and I think a one that needs to adapt or die.
Yeah, that's a good
Red
point.
Sun would be a good adaptation for that.
Yeah, like after Infinity War, Marvel's going to have to get pretty creative to keep alive, because people are starting to notice their formula, and you need to shake it up.
If you have any thoughts on Superman, Red Sun, or superhero movies, or what DC should be doing, anything different, let us know in the comments, and we might read them out. But that's our last story for the night. However, we do have a game that we're going to play.
Ooh,
and
what's the next drink, AJ?
There is none. Oh, it's this thing. This concoction.
Oh, but that was for the dead.
Yeah.
You're going to disrespect the dead.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Get out the beer bong, boys.
So this game, this week's game is called Fake News. Everybody do their best Donald Trump impression saying fake news. 3, 2, 1. It's fake news. It's fake. The media is fake news. Fake. Cool. So
fake.
How this game works is I am going to give you a question each, so you're not going to answer the same question. You're going to answer questions that I have tailored for each of your personalities. And you have to tell me whether or not this piece of news is fake or real. So Dave, I'm starting with you.
Okay.
Okay, Dave. Nickelodeon has ordered more episodes of Invader Zim, Hey Arnold, and Rocko's Modern Life. Is that real or fake news?
That's real.
That is fake news. However, they have commissioned a one-off TV special for each of those 3 shows, and most of the original creative team and voice actors are returning.
Oh, no.
So this is how nitpicky the game's going to be.
Yeah.
So that's 0 points to Dave.
That's 0 points to Dave.
Okay,
Richard. Lorde released her second album, Melodrama, this month, which includes 12 tracks. Is that real or fake news?
Real.
That is fake news! Melodrama only has 11 tracks. However, if you buy the album in Japan, which I'm not counting for this game, there is a 12th track, which is a Chromeo remix of her single.
Oh, the Chromeo remix of Greenlight is amazing. It's kind of cool though, because there's one secret track, not secret, but like there's a double track on one of the songs, and it's really good. Loveless is a great song.
That would put
but it's like
I knew you'd do this.
There's 12 tracks, but I'm not counting it.
Well, put it this way, if you went out and bought the album right now, you would only have 11 tracks on that album.
Oh, what if I bought it online?
You wouldn't have it right now. All right, Dave.
That's the quicker way to do it.
This is really funny. This is like two forces. Like, it wasn't a move.
This is when an uncrackable cold one meets unstoppable boys.
This is what happened.
Dave,
Yes.
next question is for you. Daniel Day-Lewis quit acting last week to pursue a career in dressmaking. Is that real or fake news?
It's fake news.
That is real news.
Oh no.
After starring in Paul Thomas Anderson's upcoming untitled film about high fashion in 1950s London, method actor Daniel Day-Lewis has found his true calling in fashion design and is retiring from acting after 3 Academy Awards.
What's he fashioning?
Dresses, I assume.
But for what?
Dresses.
What?
Maybe he'll start a fashion label, DDL.
Yeah.
It'll be called DDL, and it'll be lowercase.
Yeah,
except for the L.
Do you know what like inspired him to go into dressmaking?
No. Well, yeah, the movie. What are you doing? He's in a movie about high fashion. It's the ultimate form of method acting. He's just done it backwards. He should have done this first and then.
Yeah. But
Favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
Probably There Will Be Blood.
You
Haven't seen any.
haven't you?
I don't think so.
In the Name of the Father, check it out. It's a great movie. Such a good movie.
Your Soda Popture movie recommendation for the week. Okay. Next question is for Richard. This gets hard looking at trying to find stuff you won't know about, I'll tell you what. Okay, Game of Thrones will be returning to our screens next month for its penultimate 7th season with only 7 episodes instead of the usual 6. Season 8 will also only have 7 episodes.
Fake.
That is fake news! Game of Thrones Season 8 will only have 6 episodes. That's 1 point to Richard.
Yeah. Well, you said 7 episodes instead of its normal 6.
No, 70%. Oh,
This is
usual.
gonna be
Sorry,
the game
I meant
every week.
usual 10. I screwed up. You got a point. Okay, Dave. The title for the sequel to Jurassic World was announced last week, and it's Jurassic World Forgotten Kingdom. Is that true or fake?
That is true.
That is fake. It's actually Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Darn it.
Richard. TV network The CW are in early talks with J.K. Rowling to develop a new TV series set in the Harry Potter universe. Real or fake?
Fake.
That is fake. I made that up. There's nothing you're not going to find that online. I just made that up. David, TV network HBO are in talks with Lost showrunner Damon Lindelof to develop a new TV series based on the Watchmen graphic novel.
So, how long is the Watchmen graphic novel?
12 issues.
There's 12 issues. And The Lost?
Lost is 115
No,
episodes?
who directed Lost again?
Damon Lindelof.
Okay, now Damon Lindelof. Is he working on anything at the moment?
He just finished working on The Leftovers.
He just finished. Okay.
For HBO.
Okay, for HBO. So you're doing back-to-back HBO shows. Okay, let's have a think about this. Now, Watchmen, how was the movie taken?
It wasn't
divisive.
it wasn't reviewed very well in its time, but I've noticed in recent years more people are coming around.
So they want to make, this dude's making a new series of Watchmen.
Is he?
I don't know.
Is it true or fake news?
It's true.
It is true. This will be HBO's second attempt to adapt Watchmen for the small screen after a failure to launch in 2014. So that's 2 points to Richard,
Spit in it.
1 point to Dave.
Just makes it more interesting.
Okay, Richard. A sequel to last year's Mila Kunis comedy Bad Mums is due out later this year.
True.
It's true. A Bad Mums Christmas will be released on November 3rd of this year. That's 3 points to Richard.
I thought it was 2.
No, that's my third point.
Oh,
It's 3 points.
goodness.
And
So
1
I
point to
can't
Dave.
We should keep playing the game.
win. How many more questions?
You have
are
one question left each.
there? So I can't win it at all. Can we make
Shall this one be for 2?
Yeah, can this one be for 2? So
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Okay, so we can tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work, does it?
Well, otherwise there's no point in the whole game.
Can this be for 3?
No.
Okay.
Then you just win.
Dave.
You
I don't care. I didn't get it.
Dave, the ground-up remake of the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy launches tomorrow, and rumours have been swirling that a remake of Crash Team Racing will be released as DLC sometime in the next year.
That's fake.
That is fake news. I made that up. That's 2 points for Dave.
But then I've already lost. So why are we giving Richard the last one? I should just drink the drink.
Wait, I worked hard on these questions.
Okay,
so
no, fair enough. Fair call. It's not about the game, is it?
Richard, the world's first Pokemon Go festival will take place next month in Chicago. True or false?
False.
It's actually true.
It's
Pokemon
true.
Go
I knew
Fest
that.
will be a day-long event in Grant Park on July 22nd.
If you gave me that question, AJ would be tied.
Tickets are sold out.
The reason
It's delicious.
I
Actually, it's pretty decent.
actually just thought that the only reason I thought that it was fake was because I assumed there must have been one earlier. Not because I'm like, that's so ridiculous. They never have a Pokemon Go Fest.
All right, drink up, Dave. Scull it. Do it.
I don't want to waste a good drop. This is a very delicious drink.
Is
Do
it?
you know what's happening right now?
The
No,
alkaline-
You'll never know it because it's so mysterious drink that you guys will. Oh,
The alkaline water's cancelling out the citric acid. in
yeah,
there.
no, it's amazing. It's actually really good because then you got the peanut butter and jelly working with the ginger, and it's
That would be good.
a really
man.
good drink. Do you guys want to try?
I don't.
No. Too good for the drink. Oh.
Too good for this cup of slop.
That
Yeah,
brings
it's not
us
sloppy though. It's more like liquidy.
That brings us
very
to the sort of the back end of the first episode of Soda Popture. Do we have any comments that want to be read out?
There's Josh Monson writes in, says there's a Superman story where he lands in Gotham and is raised by the Waynes and becomes Batman, but just cuts people in half with laser vision, I think.
Cool.
And he also said he wants to see Dave's Black Man. Black.
He wants to see your black man.
You want to see my black? Well, he's sleeping right now. But I never refer to him as my black man. He's just my roommate.
His name is Daniel, and
And he's a dressmaker.
he's not even black. It's like nearly a perfect callback, but not quite.
His Black Batman, anyway. And yeah. Stephen, before we started the game, asked, is the game AJ and Dave kissing?
Oh, we can end on that. Like, comment, kiss. If you want. if you want, then Soda Popture.
All right, yeah. Send in angry reacts if you want to see AJ and Dave kiss.
That brings us to the end of our episode.
How many angry reacts? Come on, get those angry reacts.
We're gonna wait for it to
Thank you very much for watching.
Yes, Cam.
If I can end it just before the kissing starts, that'd be.
AJ,
someone said please end on that. Ryan said please. I knew he's got a bunch of angry reacts.
No, I put the logo up.
Oh my gosh!
No.
We're getting so many angry reacts.
There's so many angry reacts.
Come here. Hey,
oh my god, this is incredible.
Please Soda, give me a kiss on the cheek, AJ.
There we go.
It was a silly trick.
Next Thursday, we will be talking about whatever happens in the next week. If you like this, please tell your friends about it. Please like Cold Popture on Facebook so you can watch more Soda Popture, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also find our podcast, the Cold Popture podcast, on iTunes and SoundCloud. That's also on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff I'm saying here. If you want to send us sodas, if you have a soda recommendation, let us know about it or send it to us. If you private message this page, we can sort it out if you've got a soda to send. But
can I leave on one final note?
Yep.
If you want to see me and AJ kiss more, just comment on every Cold Popture post from now on, kiss, and we will know what you want.
I will.
We're still getting so many angry reacts. Benja and Westerning joined just as your lips locked.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been Soda Popture. I'm your host, Alexander Jones. This is Richard. This is David. And yeah, do you guys have anything you want to say before we head out?
Kiss.
All right, thank you very much for watching. How do you stop streaming?
It's like kissing a peanut.
It smells like one too.
Oh, I tried to click out of the live stream and it just disappeared. This is a run on. All right, end live video. Goodbye, everybody.
Doesn't know we're freeze framed for this. Okay. Cool.
Well done, guys. That was dope. This is a run on. All right, end live video. Goodbye, everybody.